Ken Kaneki didn't want to be a monster. He just wanted to be normal, to go to school, to fall in love, to read in peace. But when life tore him apart and then stitched him back together as something he didn't recognize, that question became everything. Who am I now? Was he still human? Was he a ghoul? Or was he just broken? Kaneki's story isn't just about survival, it's about becoming even when everything you used to be has been taken away. Because sometimes identity isn't just something you're born with, it's something you build from the wreckage. At first, Kaneki clung to denial. If I pretend hard enough, maybe I can still be human. But pretending didn't stop the hunger, it didn't stop the pain, nor did it stop the screams behind his mask. So he tried something else, becoming what others needed him to be: a student, a ghoul, a soldier, a killer, a king. Each time he lost a little bit more of himself, because identity isn't just about what you can survive, it's about what you become to survive. He let others shape him, hide him, then use him, until eventually even he couldn't recognize who he was beneath the white hair and a red eye. Because when you've been hurt enough, you don't just build walls, you wear masks. And Kaneki wore them all. He wore the mask of a half-ghoul trying to cling to humanity. He wore the mask of an enforcer who gave in to his rage. He wore the mask of a leader when all he really wanted was to be led. Each mask was meant to protect him, but it only hid the truth. He didn't know who he was anymore, only who he had to be to survive that day. And when your identity is shaped by survival, you never stop living in fear. Kaneki thought he could erase the past, start afresh, a new name, new mask, new role. But identity doesn't work that way. You can run from the pain, bury the memories, rewrite the story. But your body remembers, your trouble remembers, and eventually it catches up. Kane became Heisei, a clean slate. He smiled, he laughed, and he obeyed. But deep down, something was unraveling. A voice inside him, a hunger, a scream. Because even if you forget your pain, it doesn't forget you. He thought if he just buried the truth deep enough, it would stop hurting. But healing doesn't come from forgetting, it comes from confronting. And when the memories returned, they shattered him, but it also began to rebuild him. For the first time, he saw all of himself. The boy who was kind, the monster who fought, the man who protected, and the soul that endured. And that's when he stopped asking, who am I supposed to be? And started asking, who do I choose to be? Kaneki teaches us something powerful. You're not born knowing who you are. You become who you are through choice, through pain, and then through growth. You are your past, but also who you choose to be next. You are your pain, but also the way you carry it. And you are your mistakes, also your recovery. Because identity doesn't have to be static. It's earned, it's forged. And here's what most people don't realize. You don't have to find yourself in some perfect final form. You become yourself by making daily choices, to act with courage, to reflect with honesty, to move even when it hurts. Every version of Kaneki was real. The scared boy, the ruthless killer, the half-dead shadow, the protector, were all pieces of him. And in the end, he didn't reject any of them. He didn't choose just to be one. He chose all of them. He chose the pain and turned it into purpose. He chose the memories and turned them into wisdom. He chose the fear and turned it into courage. So what does that mean for you? It means you don't need to erase your past to change your future. It means your worst chapters aren't your whole story unless you stop writing. It means you can take everything that broke you and use it to build something much greater, much stronger. So try this. Think about who you were a year ago. Not just what you did, but what you believed about yourself. Then ask yourself, what parts of that person are still true? What parts have evolved? And what do I want to carry forward? And what do I leave behind? Because identity isn't found, it's chosen. One decision at a time, one day at a time. True identity doesn't come from forgetting who you were. It comes from accepting it and still moving forward. You don't find yourself in spite of the suffering. You find yourself through it, just like Kaneki did. Kaneki didn't find peace by escaping the past. He found it by embracing every version of himself. The weak, the cruel, the kind, the broken, to the whole. Because freedom isn't about having no past, it's about not letting that past own you. He stopped living for approval, stopped hiding behind masks, stopped letting others decide who he was supposed to be. And he chose instead to become someone he could believe in. Not perfect, not pure, just real. Kaneki teaches us this. You don't discover identity, you define it. Not once, but over and over again. Every time you fall and get back up. Every time you break and rebuild. Every time you're lost and choose to walk forward anyways. Because in the end, identity isn't a name, it's a promise. This is who I choose to be, no matter what the world says. And thank you for watching. This has been Blessed Visions, where we break that anime into what makes you think, feel, and will help you grow. I hope this video helps someone today. This is for everyone who feels lost, who doesn't know who they are or who they want to be. You are not alone in that. This channel is all about the lessons, whether it's a single episode or a full character arc. Every video is designed to help you see something differently and become stronger for it. If you're going through something, loneliness, heartbreak, identity, finding purpose, drop in the comments below. I'll do my best to craft a video that speaks directly to you. Because every story holds a lesson, and every lesson is a step forward. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay blessed. Ciao.
手も足も出ない。
でも頭はついてる。
引かない。前に進む。